You have the prettiest planner in the room, and yet somehow nothing's actually moving forward.
I used to think I had a productivity problem. Like I just needed better systems, a better planner, a better template. I'd spend hours mapping out a 90-day plan, color coding it, breaking it into categories, getting out my markers and highlighters, making sure every box was checked even before I took the very first step. And honestly, I felt super productive. Like I looked like someone who had her life totally together. But deep down, I wasn't making any progress at all. I was stuck because I was confusing planning with doing, and I know I'm not alone. Overplanners are incredible at vision and structure, but they struggle to take messy, imperfect action. Because as long as you're planning, you're working. But that moment you actually move, that's when it gets scary, and that's when the real momentum and real risk kicks in.
Let's just say it. Planning is a safe space. It's the illusion of control. And for type A women, control feels like comfort. But here's the hard truth. All the planning in the world won't fix a lack of execution. If your systems aren't helping you ship, speak up, scale, or sell, they're not systems. They're delay tactics dressed up as discipline. Overplanning is the intellectual version of busy work. And it's tricky because it feels like the responsible thing to do. It's not about throwing out your planner. It's about using it as a tool, not a crutch. Because when planning becomes the destination instead of the launch pad, you're just organizing stuckness.
So what actually works? One shift. Start before you think you're ready. You don't need a full 90-day plan to take that first step. In fact, most momentum builds after you start. You course correct as you go. Start with a 2-week sprint instead of a quarter-long plan. Keep the structure loose enough to pivot, but tight enough to stay on track. And then, most importantly, give yourself a deadline that's real, not flexible, not whenever it's perfect, real. Because overplanners love someday, but business moves on deadlines, especially self-imposed ones.
The best way to do that is to tell a friend, I'm
Yes,
launching, I'm
yes.
doing it this day.
Phone a friend.
Oh, that brings us to accountability. Planning in isolation leads to perfectionism. But when someone is checking in, you've shared that date. When you say it out loud, what you're going to do, it gets real. And you don't need more color coding. You need a consistent container where someone says, hey, you said you were going to publish that. Did you? And this is why structured masterminds or strategy check-ins matter. Not because you can't hold yourself accountable, but because, let's be honest, historically, you haven't. Your inner perfectionist will always give you another week to tweak. External systems help you break that loop.
And we get it. You love systems, and so do we. But systems should serve your action, not replace it. Planning is only powerful if it leads to movement. And if it doesn't, you've got to shift the habit. So here's the real question for you. Are you building a business, or are you just managing a very elaborate idea of one?
If that stings a little, you are in good company. It's the overplanner trap. And once you see it, you can step out of it. Start small. One imperfect launch, one published page, one post that doesn't match the aesthetic. Movement over mastery. Done is better than perfect, and that is the unlock.
And if you're curious about what's actually keeping you stuck, we made a fast quiz to help type A women figure out their default pattern. The overplanner, the avoider, or the hustler. It takes 60 seconds and you'll get a breakdown of how to move forward based on your productivity block. Take the quiz at typeamastermind.com. Stay consistent, stay accountable, stay ambitious with us.
And if your planner is full but your progress is flat, you already know where this is going.